training. So now we're going to move into our floating poses, and the first one is called a floating Buddha, and it's the leg stretches. So we're on 3 and we want to be able to see our outline. Can we dig up your outline and put that on top for me? And so we're still on, I think, page 2. Yeah, there you go. So floating Buddha. So floating Buddha is the name of the sequence. There's also a pose that is called a floating Buddha. And we're going to always get in and out of our upright positions through our sumo. So we're going to stand in the center of the mat, put the swing behind our back. Okay. We're going to use our forearms to press it down. We always want to make sure it's touching the lower ribs. If it's too high up, if we start out with it touching our armpits, then it's going to clearly put too much pressure on the armpits. So we just push it down. So it's a better chance of hooking the wings. Then we're going to lean back. Woo, very exciting. Press our forearms into a diamond shape, slide to the front of the mat, right? And then 10 and 2, walk it out, heel toe wide. So this is our sumo, right? Chest lifted, hips drop, heart open, arms pressed. Press your arms towards me more and more and more. Yeah. Keep your head in line with your body. There you go. That's it. Perfect. Now we're going to hug.
So lean back a little bit.
Well, no, it's actually straight up and down. Yeah, drop your hips. Your hips are too far forward. There you go. You want to be right on that vertical axis. So we're pressing forward and straight up and down as much as possible. Just usually people do this. They like moving from their heart and from their head instead of their hips. So we're retraining the posture and opening up the hips in a new way. Then we're going to always hug the swing. So you want to make sure this is the hook, right? So this is a no, no, no. And this is yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you hear me go, no, 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 it's because somebody lost a hook. If you lose a hook, it's not a problem here, but if you lose a hook when we're flying, it's a big problem. You're going to go kerplunk. So we learn the hooks now and get the hug so it's second nature, and then that way when we incorporate some of the more advanced poses, it's already in the body, right? So let's hold on to the right hand hold with both hands. Make sure it's not twisted. And then we're going to pull it down strongly, pick up the right foot, karate chop it up there and hook the ankle. One way or another. So let's do that with second side. Always hug the swing. Reach for the left leg loop with both hands. Pick up the left foot. Karate chop it up. Hook the ankle. So floating Buddha is with the leg loops at the ankles. Right? Beautiful. That's great. Now I'm going to use my chillaxing arms once again. Let's see if we can keep our hips heavy, our heart open, and our head relaxed. That's our mantra in all the poses. We're going to add a little swag from side to side. I call it windshield wipers when we're in this position. And just see if it feels good to add a little bit more momentum, pressing one foot down and the other foot down. Let your head rest back into your hands a little bit more so your gaze is up towards the sky. That's it. Beautiful. Hey, you can have some fun with it. We can always bring the leg loops up or down one, depending on somebody's flexibility. When they're higher, it's obviously harder. And when they're lower, it's a little bit easier. So they adjust. Either way is fine. It just depends on the experience level and the comfort of each person. You feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So just this gentle rocking from side to side starts to open up the hips, open up the legs, the IT band, the hamstrings, and we're just having fun. So that's the idea, is we just play and open up the body in a new way, and it's very, very healing for the spine. Good. After a few moments of just playtime, we're going to come back through center. Let's come into some pigeon poses. So you can always give the swing a little hop or just lean back to get it down across the space behind the heart. So down behind the sternum, below the shoulder blades. If it rides up, it's not going to be very comfortable. So always make those adjustments. Just give people a chance to hop or change. We're going to bend the right foot in, grab for the foot, leg loop, whatever you can reach, drop the hips, and get a nice stretch. Nice deep breaths. Let that feel good. So we're going to square the hips here. So let your hip drop a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of a different stretch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Open it up. Just take a nice big open back bend. I call it jazz hands, superstar. Shake it out in between. And then bend the left knee in. Grab for the foot. So squaring the hips, Floating pigeon, grabbing for the foot, the knee, the leg loop, whatever you can reach, but just let the toes come towards the chest. See, we let gravity do all the work here. Can you see the more that you drop, the deeper the stretch? It's pretty amazing. Let's open it up. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, pull the right knee in. Yeah. So in this pose, we can pull the knee towards the body, or we can start to push the knee down. They're two different stretches, right? So pulling the knee in will stretch a different part of the glutes than pushing the knee down. So we just play with that variation. Now if we push the knee down, we can come into what I call a side tree. We're going to let our left hand grab for the leg loop. So slide up as high as you can. No. Around, yeah. Grab for the leg loop. Yeah, it's easy to lose a hook there, right? We keep pushing the knee down until the foot finds the inner thigh. All the way, push the knee down towards the ground. Yeah! And now you can let your arm fly out to the side. Pretend like you're in a side tree. Keep your head in alignment with your spine. So your head is going to be diagonal. Yeah, there you go. Pull yourself up a little bit more. Yeah, beautiful, that's it. And then we're going to release, second side. Be really gentle through the transitions. Left knee bends in. First, we're going to grab for the knee and pull it in towards the chest. So that's kind of the warm-up. And then we press the knee down. And that's a totally different stretch. So square the hips, and then the hips can pop out to the side, right? Totally different. Now I'm going to reach up with my right hand, grab the leg loop, and then I'm pressing my hips forward, knee comes down towards the ground, foot finds the inner thigh. Yeah, and then I'm in a side tree. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. So you're in a side plane from the crown of the head to your toes. Yeah, so your hips are kind of lift your head. Yeah, there you go. I was like, there's a droop in the center. There you go. And then arms straight out from your toes. Nice long lines of energy. Beautiful, that's it. Really nice. Okay, come on back from side tree. Relax. I call it chillaxing arms when we support the head. And then windshield wiper from side to side. Good. Reset the spine in between. So hips hold a lot of energy for people, a lot of tension. So I'm going to open them gently and slowly. Yeah, keeping the hips heavy, heart open, and head relaxed. Those are cues. Okay, so from here I'd like to come into Baddha. It's like swing Baddha. So Baddha Konasana is when we bend both knees and bring the bottoms of the feet together. Okay, so knees are going to be open wide. Sometimes I'll help them just by pressing into the knees. So that's one version. The other version is you can hold on to the swing and come into a little back bend. Nice to have variations. Or you can make a diamond with the arms and a diamond with the legs and just hang out here, kind of like a pause or a rest. Right? So feet together, hands clasped, double diamond. Beautiful. So it's a nice way to reset. We're going to, from here, we're going to open it up to a wide straddle T. Let's come into our half flow. This is kind of like a vinyasa flow variation. Then from T, we can come into star. We just lift the heart towards the sky and lean back. So from T, we go to star. From star, we're going to go to namaste. So our hands hug the swing into prayer. Feet touch. Press the hips up, lean back. You're going to hook with your forearms, right? Let the crown of the head point down towards the ground, nice and strong. And then exhale, drop the hips, open it back up to a T. So that's just 3 poses, right? So T, star, namaste. Namaste, we reverse it. Press, press, press and lift. Exhale, come on down. Okay, so there's one more pose that sometimes I add on. Well, you learn it tomorrow in our swinging flow sequence, but I'm going to show you, and we'll go over it again tomorrow. So from namaste, just watch for the first one. I'm going to push my hips up, reach up, grab for the swing, let it slide to the waist, and then the crown of the head comes down towards the floor. Now, holding on to the swing is where most people will hang out at first. But when they're comfortable, see my toes are touching, my legs are squeezing towards the center line, then I can bring my arms up and overhead. My palms face the sky, right? So we swing up and around, and then we come to sit. Okay, so let's add that on to our flow. Inhale T, take it from the top. Exhale star. Inhale namaste, hands to prayer. Exhale, press the hips up, lean back. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up, grab for the swing. Exhale, let the swing slide towards the waist for ladle. Inhale, arms go wide and around. Exhale, overhead. Ooh, so this is like a back bend and an inversion at the same time. So that's why I said it's not necessarily a beginner pose, but it feels really good. Reach up and grab for the swing. Inhale, head up. Exhale, hips down. Come back into the wide straddle. Wasn't that nice? Yeah. You get like a little head rush. Okay, so let's go back to our swing bada. Reach for your ankles. Right, so this is a really important cue. If you don't say reach for the ankles, they're gonna hold on to the swing. There's nothing wrong with holding on to the swing, but this is a different pose. It's called flying monkey. We're gonna press our feet together strongly, glue them, reach up for the leg loops as high as possible, press your hips up and lean back, and then this is called flying monkey pose. We lift the hips, and then we arch from the back of the heart. Let the crown of the head point down towards the ground. Big stretch for the neck and shoulders. Exhale, drop the hips. Let's keep holding on, but open the legs wide. Again, as we progress through the sequence, it gets a little harder, right? So this might not be for everyone, but I do like to add some strengthening even into my restorative and therapeutic. So we're gonna bicep curl into straddle splits. Whoa. I know, everyone's like, what? Just different bicep curls. And just goes, even if it's just like a little bop. Yeah, that's it. We're learning how to lift our own body weight so we can eventually come into flying squirrel. So we have to get these poses dialed in order to get into some of the flips, right? So this is how I prep people. So eventually we can pull ourselves up, and that's flying squirrel. But it's not necessary to skip steps, because that we don't learn until our advance, but we have to be able to lift, release. So, in between poses, chillaxing arms and windshield wipers. Even if you just need a pause to figure out what you're going to teach next, just come back to windshield wipers. It feels really good, right? There's lots of playtime in between. Awesome. Make sure the swing's in a good place on the back. You can always give it a little hop or lean back, but that looks good. Hooking your wings, really nice. And just make sure you keep the hips dropped. Yeah. Awesome. Can you feel the stretch through the legs just by swaying from side to side? It's so amazing. It's good to open it up. Okay, so now we have one more pose to do, which is called wow. And again, it's the most advanced of the sequence, and not everybody is going to get to wow. If they had trouble with the flying monkey or the straddle splits, we're going to skip wow, right? Because then they're done. Maybe you just do the half flow and they're like, okay, I've had enough. So for wow, it's like flying monkey but with wide legs. So we're going to take the leg loop, and I call it Xing the leg loop. So you're going to exit so that it's hooking your ankles. Yeah, so you're just going to exit and then grab, there you go, and pull back. So turn your one fingers around. Yes, very good. Now with wide legs, we're going to do the same motion where we lift the hips and lean back. Maybe we come straight up and down. Maybe your hips stay heavy. But we pull with our arms and arch, and it goes from wow to whoa. Keep pulling. Yeah. Pull and lift. Yeah, that's it. Let it slide towards your waist. Beautiful. That's it. And most people will only go a little bit, but you can actually pull and come straight up and down too. So that's why it's an inverted W. Right?
I feel like I could if I let go of my arms.
Don't let go. No. The whole pose is stretching your arms and opening up your chest, right? Otherwise, it's a totally different pose. Yeah, it's supposed to be really strong on the arms. Stretching
it. Is it the strap supposed to be a little lower, or is it good right here?
The swing?
Yeah.
See, when you say straps, I don't know what you mean. The swing will just slide to wherever it wants to go. It's kind of good like that. Yeah, if it doesn't go very far, then you're not going to go back very much. When it slides to the waist and the hips, then you can go all the way back. So just slides up and down. It slides a little bit easier when you have clothes. You know, when the material is stretchy, if it's on the skin, it'll kind of stick. So that's probably why it didn't slide down more. But it just goes wherever it goes. It's really the position of the arms that's controlling the pose. Awesome, okay. So we are gonna go, I'm like coming out nice and slow. We are gonna go right into 3B. So 3B is called a half sumo. And in fact, we're gonna just take a pause and turn the page so that we have indexed our videos. Okay, so we did straddle splits, flying monkey, namaste, wide straddle. Just look over all of the names. We're gonna do our quad stretches when we get into our half Buddha sequence. I'm gonna make sure the videos are